flashing picture.
Good morning.
Okay, give me a second. I don't think they might be. I think
might
somebody
be
might
waiting on us.
Good morning. I'm Mary.
I'm Linda. Welcome to Pinky Mom Sisters in the Kitchen. And we're making something fun today.
I know it. That sounds like a fun thing for kids to be.
I'm like a kid when I get in the kitchen baking because it's always so exciting to me. Everything reminds me of Mama.
Yeah.
Or reminds me of when we were kids and at Mama's house or something. So we hope that y'all enjoy this video. It's a real simple little fun dessert to make. And so we're going to get started. I've got my oven heated at preheated at 350. And I'm using Whoopee pans. These are not Pampered Chef. They're, I think they're, well, I won't even say what they are, but they're not Pampered Chef. They're little shallow pans, and they're lightly greased with Crisco. I did that so I didn't have to ask you to grease pans.
Oh,
Y'all
aren't you sweet?
y'all know our little deal with greasing pans. When we were 8 and 9, when we first started cooking, Mary could use the oven. I couldn't. And so my job was to grease the pan. So it's kind of a funny with us. So anyway, I didn't want to say, Mary, would you grease the pan?
Well,
so,
you know I didn't mind. But now they can use any other kind of pan?
They can use a pan. It needs
just not
to
fill
be,
it up.
They can actually do this on a cookie sheet.
Okay.
But this is going to maintain the shape that I want it.
Right.
So I would suggest if you don't have one of these, and I was going to get it out, but y'all, I cannot get down on my knees. It is so hard for me to get. I can get down there, but I can't get up.
Yeah, me too. I was thinking about that on the way over here. I wished I had all my cabinets pull-out drawers so I could see what's in the back.
Wouldn't it be fun to design your own kitchen?
That's exactly what I was thinking. I'm telling you, I would have my drawers and my cabinets where I could find
even
something.
pull up to eye level.
Yes.
I mean, we could think of all kinds of things to do. That's not going to never happen. But anyway, it's fun to think about it. If there is a pan that's called a Muffin Top Pan, and I've got one under there, but it's just one, and it's flat. I would suggest to use a muffin tin.
Okay.
Now it's not going to be the same as these because a muffin tin is small at the bottom and it gets bigger at the top, so it won't be the same. But you could use a cookie sheet and just, hopefully they won't spread out. That's the only problem.
But it would still be okay, though. I mean, just like a cookie.
Go to the Goodwill. See if you can find something like this. You know what I did, and I know we need to get these in the oven, but the first one of these that I bought, and I bought at TJ Maxx, and it was like $8.99. Well, you got to have more than one pan, the same kind of pan, right?
Yeah.
Because Whoopee Pies takes 2 cookies per pie.
Right.
So this is a dozen. This only makes 6.
Right.
This batch makes 18. So 18 pies. So it's 36 cookies is what it makes. So I go on the internet and I order this one from Amazon, and I paid $40 for this pan. Now y'all think Pampered Chef pans are high? I paid $40 for this pan. Yeah. So because I wanted to just to like.
Right.
So you can also get a little paper cup, and sometimes the discount stores like the TJ Maxx, the Marshalls, Home Goods, I went the other day and looked, and they didn't have them, but sometimes you can get the little flat ones, and I've actually got some, and they're in that closet.
I do too.
But I have too many totes stacked in front of it to get to it. So I'm using these. But anyway, just an idea. You want the same size, top and bottom, because they're going to have a little dome on them. We'll show y'all in a little bit. So I guess we need to get started.
Okay.
Quit
yakking
here.
My hands one more time.
Well, would you just
on your paper towel?
Yes, hand me a wet paper towel. All the stuff on here is clean, and this is our kitchen. We try to be very careful about keeping our hands clean, but I realize when you're Mary, when you're working on live TV, it's a lot easier to tell somebody how to do something than if you were doing it live yourself. It's kind of funny. So I'm using my cordless mixer. I want my butter first, and if and we are sponsored by Imperial Sugar. I need a cup of Imperial Sugar. This is extra fine, and this is the same thing that's in my canister. It's Imperial extra fine sugar. So we've used this a long time before we ever even started being sponsored by it, but we are sponsored. And it is good sugar. Okay, so it's going to be just a little bit of noise. It doesn't take a long time to mix this. Oops, got to put my battery in. Then I'll have you to, when I get this mixed up, Mary, we're going to use 2 large eggs, and you can crack those and put them in here in just a second. You can go ahead and add them. Thank you. And I'll take a teaspoon of vanilla. And then we're going to, I'm going to use that butter thing, Mary.
How are you? Okay.
I'll show them what I'm going to do with it. I'm going to, what I do with this is my butter wrapper.
Cookie, yeah.
I just kind of lightly grease my cookie scoop.
Okay.
This don't have much butter on it, but I think it'll be enough. So that's what I use those with. So I will take, it's 2 cups of flour, and I want 1 cup, and then I'll tell you what to put with this other. I probably should just give you the recipe so you whoops, splattered the milk. That's not good.
All right, how many cups you say?
1 cup. Knocked that milk off of there. Bumped it. Okay,
Like
and then I will
like
take
I did the vegetable oil yesterday.
And what I usually do when I'm doing flour, this calls for 2 cups, so I put half the flour in, and then I want 1 4 teaspoons of baking soda, and I've got the half teaspoon out, Mary. So just give me 2 of those and a little
baking soda.
Baking soda.
Is that in this
And
container?
then, yes, and then I want half a teaspoon of baking powder.
All right, so
And a
this is
teaspoon of salt.
1 1/4.
And you just kind of guesstimate about the 4th. I don't get the 4th now. And a teaspoon of salt.
Have you got?
And that little thing there. And just use the half to do that twice. And then I want half a teaspoon of baking powder. Baking powder. Okay. Now I'm going to get 1 more cup of flour. And we're going to sift in our cocoa powder. And unless you are mixing cocoa powder with melted butter, you need to sift it.
Yeah, you sure do.
Because it will
It'll be little balls
have
and
lumps in it.
it won't. You can't you can't get them unmixed.
And once you get that, in there,
You can't get that
out.
those lumps out. Linda, you want to go ahead and put the flour in
Yes,
there?
please. I'll be back up there just
Okay.
a second. Okay.
You must. Oh, here's the lid. I was going to say you didn't hand it to me.
Okay.
Okay.
If you will
So what you want me to do now?
level off 5 tablespoons of this cocoa powder in there. Let's see, we got salt, baking powder, and soda, right?
Yeah, I've got all that in there.
Okay, so we got everything in here but the milk and the
How many
5.
tablespoons?
I need 5 of those.
Oops. Sorry.
That's okay.
You know, that little measuring cup has 4 in it.
It does, and I could have got that out, but I just already had this out. I've already made a batch of these this morning.
That's 4.
Making a mess here.
5.
Yeah. Okay. We need to say hi to some people, Mary.
Oh, Bradley.
Hi, Bradley.
Carla's youngest grandson is watching us. Bradley, I hope you have a good day with Nana today. She told me that she was going to let you watch our video with her this morning. So have fun, Bradley. Bye.
And I want to say hi again to my friend Kathy in California. And I'm going to get this mixed up real quick and then we'll talk some more. So this is a cup of, I don't have buttermilk. Let me turn this off. So I made my own buttermilk with lemon juice. Mm-hmm. It's a cup of milk with about 2 tablespoons of lemon juice in it. Kind of a thick batter. Smells good.
Around the edges, do you need a spatula?
I've got one over here, and
okay.
I probably would have done that if I'd been thinking Mary scraping the sides with it, but I'm going to use that spatula anyway in a minute. You can see it's thick. I'm pretty sure I got everything in here.
She did that too fast.
Sorry about that.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm going to put the lid back on here. Well, that won't fit in there. Woo, making a mess. Cocoa powder is like cornstarch. It goes everywhere.
Yeah.
If you're not careful. Okay, so we're going to, this is a medium Pampered Chef cookie scoop. It's 2 tablespoons. And that's all you want in each well. These particular pans we can cook at the same time. Some cookie sheets are too big, but these will go in there. You just want to put it right in the center. Mary, I probably had another cookie scoop. I could have got another one out. Go ahead and do this and let me see if I can find the other one over here.
Yeah, Bradley is out of school now for the summer, and Miranda, his mother, is already trying to fill up the calendar with activities for him. So I know that that he's going to have a fun summer.
He is going to have a fun summer.
He's already been swimming at Shelley's. They went to the lake. When was that? Monday? Yeah, Monday, Memorial Day.
Yeah.
They went to the lake. And he sure does enjoy going places with Nana.
I'm going to move right here beside you, Mary. Thank you.
I know you're faster at this
Well,
than I am.
more about that.
You're faster at everything than me. But I'm just
You know,
afraid
Mom
I will
Lee
make a
was
mistake.
real careful and real she turned off work really well, but she didn't move as fast. But Mama,
Yeah. I know. Mama's like
Mama
you.
got to move on. She did not waste no time doing anything.
I'm not. I'm a little more cautious, slow. Okay.
Well, you're doing a recipe at your house, so you know what you're doing, and I've already made these this morning, so it makes a difference when
It does make a difference
when you're the one that's
right
leading it or whatever. Okay, we're gonna pop these in the oven.
So this makes a little bit more than
It makes 18, so it makes three dozen. So we're just gonna put, well, it's supposed to. I don't know, don't look like that, but it'll fool you though. It will. So we're gonna put these in the oven.
Okay.
And we're gonna set the timer for 10 minutes. Now I cooked them this morning, and I cooked 1 pan at a time. So the recipe for our members, it says 10 to 12 minutes.
Okay.
So since I'm cooking 2 pans, it might take 11 or 12.
longer. Okay.
But you do not want to overcook them. Mira, would you open the oven for
I
me,
will.
please?
I sure will.
Thank you.
Now, are you gonna? I know you got some done. Do you want me to go ahead and put the mixer up?
No, because we're going to use the mixer.
Okay.
We're fixing to make some filling for
Okay.
it. So if you will just kind of wipe that up a little bit there with that rag.
Yeah. Bradley's through with his ball games. He likes that. He likes ball. He likes baseball. He does not like soccer.
Is that right?
Yeah, he played soccer. He was on a soccer team, and it didn't go fast enough for him. You know, he's very energetic, and you want something going all the time. Carla said that when she came back from being at my house, she was here after we come back from Puerto Rico. She was at my house during the vacation, and then at my house, and she'd been gone 3 weeks. And whenever she got back, she just went straight to the ball field, and he was playing, and he was way out in the field, and he seen her in the bleachers, and he took off over there, and he said, "Nana, I have missed you so much." And then he took off, went back on the field. But that, I tell you, he loves his Nana.
He sure does. All those kids do. They all love her.
They do. Well, she takes up so much time with them. She plays with them, and
she teaches them. One thing about Carla is, I'm sorry, Mira, I interrupted you. She teaches them to be kind.
Yeah,
she teaches them kindness.
Yes, she does. Anyway, and then little Catherine, Kaylin. I had to think a minute. Kenley. See, my brain's just not working. Kenley, the baby. She's got 2 teeth now. So she's gonna be a lot bigger child than little Bradley. Bradley, I forgot how much he weighs. He's just he's 5 years old, but he's a tiny little boy. And Kenley, she is going to be tall, like her daddy. She's going to be tall.
Okay, so now we're going to mix up some filling.
Okay.
And I've got 3 of these out here because the recipe says 2 cups.
You talking about the marshmallow
cream is 7 ounces.
Okay.
So I'm not going to put it in a cup. Thank you, Mary. I'm taking it out of the container and just putting it in here. I've got 1 stick of butter, and it's softened. It is salted. Make sure my recipe.
Did you go by Kroger's yesterday to see if they had any?
No, I didn't.
Not.
I got to go today to pick up my meds, and I'm looking. It's probably already out, but anyway. Okay, so calls for 2 cups of marshmallow cream, a half a stick of butter.
Okay.
I mean a half a cup of butter, which is 1 stick. And we're going to use 1 to 1.5 cups of powdered sugar. Okay. Now we're going to start with 1 cup. I'll have to get you.
I'll go by Kroger's myself today if you want me to, and check and see if they got any more butter.
Their ads change on Wednesday, and I didn't even think about that yesterday. So don't worry about that, Mary. You've got enough to do. You don't.
I just don't have much room in the refrigerator or the freezer to save.
Yeah, that's my problem.
Yeah, mine too. I can't.
These little suckers are hard to
aren't
open.
they? I get a knife. You want me to get a knife and pull it up?
Probably gonna need to. I don't have a good grip on my hand.
I just get a knife.
And I'm going to get a cup of powdered sugar. Now, I laid some buttercream out this morning.
Yeah.
Because Mike wants buttercream between his.
Oh.
Instead of
this.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, do you want all these jars opened?
Just the 2. We're going to start with the 2, Mary.
Okay.
And if I feel like it needs more, you don't want this running. You want it to be kind of a stiff.
Mm-hmm.
You want it to be creamy, but still stiff enough that it's not going to run over the sides.
Yeah.
Right. Thank Thank you, Mary. It looks like I gave you the hard job.
Oh, that's okay.
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 So I'm gonna need one. Mary,
What you need?
since you're at the sink, would you get a cup out of the cabinet and run some really hot water in it? And I'm gonna put my spatula down in the hot water before I take this cream out. Don't you think that kind of helps
Yes,
when
it
you're
does. Yes,
when
it
you're
does.
taking marshmallow cream out because it's
you
so
have a
sticky?
cup?
Yeah, something deep to where you can put hot water in. Just any cup's fine. And our water is very hot.
Hot enough, I guarantee.
140 degrees.
Oh,
Uh-oh, y'all may hear Mike. He's outside mowing, so y'all may hear the mower. I should have told him to start at the front instead of starting by the house. Thank you, Mary. Okay, so this is going to kind of help get this out of here.
Yeah.
It's just kind of a little tip. I'll let you do that.
What are you
and
gonna
I'll-
do?
Yeah, I'm going to start
yeah,
creaming
you
the
know
butter.
how much this is in here.
Yeah, I want both of those containers.
You ready?
Yeah. I'm ready. In fact, I think we'll do one container and then a half a cup of powdered sugar.
Okay.
And then we'll do the rest of it. And don't worry about just completely getting everything out of there.
Scraped it pretty good.
That's a good way to get it off. Okay. And I will take another cup of powdered sugar. I'll turn this off a minute. That was 1 7-ounce container of marshmallow cream, 1 stick of butter, and 1/2. Now we're going to do more. This is just what I put in so far. A half a cup of powdered sugar, and you can go ahead and give me my vanilla too, Mary, if you don't mind.
How much?
I think is it a teaspoon?
Vanilla, half a teaspoon.
Okay, half a teaspoon.
This is a 4, so I'll
Just
have
give me
to do
2 of
twice.
those, yeah. That's the only thing in my kitchen that I don't have 2 sets out of, and I need to put another set in here because
Oh, what, this?
Yeah.
These? I got 2 sets in mine.
I've got some, but I don't
I
have 2
use it.
sets.
It
out.
seems like every time I cook, I have a dozen maybe spoons to wash. But that's okay because it makes it easy. I'd rather wash them than have them ready.
Okay, I think I want the rest of the
This?
marshmallow cream in here first, and I'm going to get a little spoon out here so I can taste this too, so I can kind of see about the consistency. Because you want it spreadable. You don't want
Right.
it so stiff that it won't spread. And you could get a piping bag and actually pipe these in there, but we're not. We're going to use
Okay.
a spatula.
Okay. If y'all know what I'm doing, I'm putting that up with this spatula up against the
get it
beater,
off, yeah.
and it gets it off.
Okay. Would you hand me that, Bray?
I sure would. Did I do that? I guess I did, didn't I?
Did I do that? who said that? Was it Steve Urkel
I
that used
don't
to
know
say
who-
that?
who done it.
Did I do
But I
that?
do things and don't even realize I've done it.
I felt the stick. Now y'all can see that this is.
Now
this
that
is-
was only a half a
Yeah.
cup. Okay.
This is too runny to hold, so we're gonna put another half a cup of powdered sugar in here. And this is imperial powdered sugar. Now we're going to get a spoon and we're going to see if we think it needs any more.
Okay.
Because I said 1 to 1.5.
You want a spoon?
Yeah. I kind of think I'm going to have to come over there and check them. You can check it, Mary, and see.
Okay.
But I think it's going to need a little bit more powdered sugar. But you tell me what you think.
Yeah, I do, Linda.
Okay.
I do. Because what it is, whenever you mash the cookies together with this in between, even though this is stiff, it's it'll come, ooze out the sides. Yeah, I would, Linda. I'd put a little more powdered sugar.
Go ahead and put another half of. Thing.
You want to do it? You want to start with the half?
Yeah, because I think I said 1 to 1.5.
Oh, okay.
So then I gotta get another offset spatula out of here.
Okay.
Move some of this out of the way here.
I tell you what, I guess it's just me. Linda don't dirty as many dishes as I do.
Yes, I do too.
I had a slew of them yesterday.
I know, and I didn't even say and help you wash it.
Oh, that's okay. That's all right. When we go to each other's houses, it just takes so long.
Put salt in there. I'm gonna put just a pinch of my flake sea salt in there. This is very sweet, and this just kind of cuts down on the sweetness. And I use Pacific Blue. I've used this for ages. We are not sponsored by that, but that's what I use. The one thing that I don't like about these pans, they're hard to get hold of.
Without burning yourself. This ought to be thick enough now.
Okay. I cooked them 11 minutes, and see, they're done. So I'm going to put them in here cool. There's my other pan. You can tell they got a little dome top on them. Okay, we'll just put the.
I think that's enough. You might want to test it if you want
Hopefully
to.
this is going to be okay. We won't put the mixer
Here's
and
the
powdered
spoon.
sugar up just yet. But, yeah, that looks pretty thick. That looks pretty good.
Okay.
Okay. Remove this. Get this out of the way.
And those whoopie pies that she just got out, the cakes that she just got out of the oven, they have to cool completely before you put this in here. So that's why she already made some earlier this morning, so they already had time to cool. So
You don't ever want to put icing
No.
on a hot cake or something because it will not work.
okay, now are you through this?
Yes,
Let me
I'm
get this out of the way.
fixing to do
Okay.
Get that out of the way.
Well,
so
I'll
we
wait
got-
till you get over here.
So we got room to work here. Turn the oven off, and we should each have a plate and each have a
Okay.
spoon, a spatula. I think there's extra plates under
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
I'm gonna move this one because that one's sticky.
Okay.
Spatula. Did I leave the spatula over there? Oh, there's one on here. Okay. Well, I turned that oven off, and we've still got more to cook, but I'll do that later. I'll cook those others later.
I finished those meatballs
Things are
yesterday,
cool.
those ham and chicken balls after you left, and Chuck came out and he really liked them.
They were real
Yeah.
good, and they were
Yeah.
so pretty. They were really pretty. Okay, so now we're just gonna put these together, and hopefully the cream's gonna stay on them. And we're just gonna put them back on here, Mary, after we get them put together. I gotta sit down, y'all. I can stand up for so long, and then it's time for me to sit down.
Now, I'm going to let you do one first. I'll put a little bit.
I'm gonna try the spoon
Oh, okay.
and see if that works.
Okay.
Now the recipe tells you to refrigerate this, but when I do recipes, a lot of times I will modify a recipe and I'll wind up using 2 or 3 different recipes.
I do the same thing.
And I think I know why it said to refrigerate them. You do want them to set. But some people, when they make this, they use egg whites. And I'm okay with using the egg whites as long as I know that there's hot syrup in them that's cooked them, or either there's lemon juice in it that's cooked it. I didn't use egg whites in this. The other option you can use if you go with a recipe that calls for egg whites is use meringue powder.
Yeah.
And you can get that at Walmart, so it's very easy to find. You just want to put
So you want to go ahead and put them
cream
together.
in between, yeah, because they're gonna
It'll hold it
yeah,
together.
it'll hold it
while
together
it's
best.
soft.
So
Well, I might have put too much cream in mine.
well, after you do a couple, you can kind of tell
Okay.
about how much to do. And this makes 18, and I've got 2 recipes here, so we're gonna have, when I get them others cooked, we're gonna have 36, 3 dozen of them.
Yeah, that's a lot.
But these are small. Now, some
Yeah.
whoopie pies, people make them, and they're really big. And I'm gonna leave it a little bit on the outside, because when you put the top cookie on there,
That's what
it's gonna
where I made the mistake.
it's gonna spread.
Yeah, that's what I made the mistake, was putting that putting the cream all the way to the edge, and you don't want to do that.
I know that school is out for the most part now. I guess maybe some parts of the country they're still having school, but this is something great to put in a kid's lunch.
Oh yeah.
Or even like if you're having a pool party or having a little birthday party for kids. This is an alternative to a cupcakes.
Yeah.
Which what I would do, of course, you can, you could put them on a real pretty platter or a cake platter or a box or some kind of container. That one's kind of sliding off there.
Yeah,
One of
that's why
mine's
mine
kind of
did.
sliding off. So maybe that's why it said to refrigerate them, so it doesn't slide off. But,
Bradley, I know you would like to have one of these, wouldn't you? If we didn't live so far apart, I would sure be bringing you some. But distance, he told me the other day, he said, it's a long ways, Memo, to the lake. I said, I know it, he likes to.
But you know what? He travels really good, doesn't he?
Yes, he does. Yes, he does.
It's really hard for some kids to travel because, it's just 30 minutes seems like forever to a kid. You remember when we would travel and we'd be going to West Texas, and back then, there were no interstates or big, nice highways. It was 2-lane roads, and we would ask Daddy, how far is it, Daddy? How far is it? How much longer we got to go?
I remember
And
them
another
days.
thing that we would ask him is, our spoons keep sticking together. We come to a town, and when you're going to West Texas, if any of y'all have never been to West Texas, it's flat land. I mean, Texas is so diverse. In the East Texas, we have hills and lakes, and the counties are all natural in the boundaries because of the lakes and streams and rivers. But in West Texas, the counties are man-made, wrong, because everything is flat. It's all flat land. And you can see lights from a city for an hour or more before you get there, because it's flat land. So when we would come into a little town or city, we would ask Daddy, what's the name of this town, Daddy?
You know what he'd say, don't you?
It ain't no town and it ain't no city.
That's right.
Just a little place called Diddy Waddy Diddy.
Yeah.
I have heard my daddy say that
Me
hundreds
too.
of times.
Me too. Now, Linda, like refrigerating, do you think that you need to refrigerate it with it on one half before you put them together?
Then it's not
I don't
going to
know.
stick down.
Yeah.
It's not. It's going to be set.
Okay.
So it's.
Okay.
What I'm going to do, because some of these are rolling off, and our cakes are cold. That's not the reason.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about a couple of things, and I'm thinking about rolling the sides in powdered sugar, and sifted powdered sugar to kind of let it set. But I will put these in the refrigerator, and I don't want to have them too close together. and we can clean up the sides with the offset spatula. And some of y'all may have made these and know a trick other than what we're doing. But
yeah, if you know a trick, let us know. We're not perfect.
There's a product that's called marshmallow fluff, and one recipe called for marshmallow fluff to go in it. And we can't get marshmallow fluff around here. And of course, I didn't think about it in time to order some off of Amazon. So that I'm going to order some, and that might make these might keep it from running together.
What I'm doing, Linda, and you're probably doing the same thing, is I'm putting it right in the center, and not to the edge much at all.
That's what I was doing too. But mine's still
I'm
still kind of rolling over.
Oh, it doesn't matter if it's going to be, that icing is delicious.
So
and another thing is the cakes are rounded on top, and so when you put it down like this, it doesn't sit flat. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I wonder, Linda, have you ever tried to put it the other way, or it wouldn't work at all, would it?
No,
okay.
it wouldn't. It would be too much of a dome.
Okay.
So I'm going to do some with buttercream.
Okay.
Because Mike doesn't want marshmallow cream on his. And I know these will stick.
Yeah.
These are not going to fall off because this is buttercream. So this is some buttercream that I had in the refrigerator.
And it's cold, isn't it?
Well, I've had it setting out, so it's not.
Okay.
It's not too hard that I couldn't push it out of the bag. I think I like the buttercream better, Mary.
Is that right? Yeah.
See, it's going to stay on here.
Yeah, it will.
So for anybody that's doing this, you could certainly make the cream, the recipe that I've got, or you could just make you up a batch of buttercream and do that. You could actually get more buttercream.
You want to do the rest of them in buttercream,
yeah,
don't you?
Yeah, I am going to do the rest of them in buttercream. Okay. You can get more cream in them.
Yeah.
Because it's not going to go anywhere. So I definitely like the cream better.
Yeah.
And I think my buttercream recipe is already posted on my members page.
It is.
So, and you can also make these in red velvet.
Yeah.
And I didn't. But, see, that's really pretty.
Yeah, it is.
And that's going to stay together. So.
I'm finding after they slide a little bit, then go back and correct it, and they're staying a little bit better.
Are they?
Yeah.
Okay. And
Well,
I actually make
good.
a marshmallow buttercream that I have marshmallow cream in. But this was just, one that I used, and I don't have this one on here really good. But yeah, I like the buttercream better.
Yeah. Well, I tell you,
I know the marshmallow cream will be good.
I want one with the marshmallow cream.
So,
I know it's good. It doesn't matter if it does slide off the side. I don't believe I will, Linda. Milk,
Oh, that's right. You're drinking almond milk now, and I don't buy
no, that's
almond
okay.
milk.
Ice cream has got where it hurts my stomach. So I'm trying to stay away from it.
Okay.
That marshmallow cream, that's the one I want one of.
Okay, we're going to move this aside. I'll do those others later, but get some kind of a tray or something, a pretty tray to put some on.
Okay, this is the buttercream, and this is the buttercream, and this is the marshmallow puff. But both of them is going to be good, but the marshmallow cream is what I like.
For little children, you might want to do buttercream.
Yeah.
Because that marshmallow cream might be
the
too
kids
sticky.
would have a fit over it, but they get messy.
Okay, Mary, put us 2 or 3 on there.
Okay.
And then we'll...
Do you want one of each? Or?
Yeah, we can take a picture and we can sample them.
Okay. Is that okay, Linda? You wanted 3, or you want...
Yeah,
I think 3 of them.
3's good. And I'll move this out of the way.
Isn't that pretty? This right here. One reason this is not laying flat is because the cookie ain't flat. But it looks delicious, and I know they taste good. So, all right. Now this, Linda, this is one you want to take a picture of, isn't it?
Yeah, I do.
So,
I do want to take a picture of it. I don't have any mint, so I can't put any pretty color on it. But, did you see my phone? Yeah.
Yeah. I forget your password.
It's a, you know, do you want it? Everything has to have a password.
I know it. I don't like it, but that's the way it is. All right, let's try it this way. Okay.
I'll get you a bottle of water anyhow, Mary. You want a fork, or are you just going to eat it with your hands?
Well, I'll try it with my hands first.
Okay.
But I may wind up with the fork. But I don't want the one with the buttercream. I want the one with the...
Okay, well, I'm going to
gooey.
get the buttercream. I'll get it some water.
Okay.
I have to tell you what I cooked for supper last night. Go ahead.
I done heard about your supper last night. Go ahead and tell them.
Oh, my goodness. It was so good. I have a couple of bags of purple whole peas left in the freezer from last year, but I wanted to stop at the fruit market on the way home on Highway 80 to see if they had any tomatoes in yet. So I did, and they didn't have any tomatoes, but they had some fresh purple whole peas. So I just bought one bag, and I fixed purple whole peas, fresh cream corn in the log, you know, that we buy, and slow fried boneless chicken breast, and a pan of cornbread, sliced tomatoes, and the best cantaloupe I have eaten in many a year.
Right?
And
Good and
I
ripe.
totally ate too much. It was so good.
It sounds so good. Well, thank you, Jesus.
Give it a try and see what we think.
Very good.
It's so fresh and
That
light.
that chocolate is delicious. Of course, the
when you buy something in a store, because it's got preservatives in it, when you make something homemade, there's so much difference in it.
that is such a good cake. That is such a good cake, and I'm not even.
You're not a chocolate person, but
it's very
isn't
good.
it light and moist?
Very, very good. Sure is.
So, goodness, we haven't even been on an hour yet. But when you cook something like this, like Mary did yesterday, you pretty much have to do some of it ahead of time.
Yeah.
Because
If you're
you
showing it on
can't
camera.
wait 20 minutes for
Right.
something to cool. And most of the time, even if you wait 20 minutes, it's not totally cool.
Yes.
And I have a window air conditioner in the utility room. I know some people think that's a eyesore to have a window air conditioner in a house. But let me tell you something. It
helps.
is a lifesaver blowing through this kitchen when you
Yeah.
got the oven on. I don't care how it looks. It sure does feel good to keep it from getting too hot. So, and I used that so much when I was baking cakes and we were working so hard in the summer because, you know, summer's when a lot of weddings are. And it makes a big, big difference to have a little bit of cool air. So, tomorrow we haven't decided yet. It's supposed to be a kind of a stormy day tomorrow. And we never know because, you know, weather changes really quickly around here.
I read on Facebook that up there in Altus, Oklahoma, where Mindy is, it come a storm and flooded her house. I hadn't actually got to talk to her. You wouldn't know the bite, didn't you?
Good.
So I didn't even know it had come bad weather up that way.
I don't know. I
We
wonder if
didn't
they
get
went
it.
over there this morning
I don't know.
and checked their house.
Yeah.
Their house flooded.
Yeah. We didn't get I didn't get no rain. Did you get any rain?
No, but it hadn't got here yet. It's going to
Is that
be
right?
here tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
Tonight. It's actually going to
Okay.
start raining tonight.
Okay.
But they've lived there for at least 2 or 3 years, hasn't it? Is this the first time it's flooded?
I didn't know about it. I don't remember ever saying anything about it. I don't remember saying anything about it. Yeah, they bought that house probably 2 or 3 years ago.
It's probably been at least that long. Yeah. And I felt so bad because, you know, a lot of insurance won't pay for something like that unless you have flood insurance. And if you don't live in a flood zone, most people don't have flood insurance.
I don't know if they do or not. I sure hope they do. Sure hope they do.
I hope it didn't. I hope it didn't ruin everything in their house.
Right, me too.
They went to Ryan's folks, Mindy's in-laws.
And who we're talking about, Mindy, is Carla's oldest daughter.
She's your oldest,
my oldest granddaughter. Yeah. I remember when the first trip she made. We lived at the time. I lived in Memphis, Tennessee, and Carla. She flew to see us up with Mindy, and she was I think she was less than a year old. She was just a baby.
She was tiny.
But I knew when she was coming, and I made that child a dress. I didn't even have my sewing machine with me because it was in storage because we hadn't been living in Memphis that long. I handmade that little dress. It was made out of chiffon.
Does she still have it?
I think she still got it. I made that by hand, and I was so proud of that little dress because, I was very careful to make sure the stitches were real close together. Yeah.
From a non-seamstress standpoint, it is a booger to work with.
It is. But I lined it and everything. And I was so proud to see her. We went to... we did the boat ride, the steam ride there in Memphis. Yeah. We went to Elvis's, toured that. Yeah, we did tour that mansion and everything. We had a good visit. And, of course, Bobby was working, and he didn't get to take off. And he sure did feel bad about that. He wanted to go so bad with us, but it was a job that he couldn't take off at the moment. So, anyway, we had a good time. But Mindy, that was my first grandchild and Carla's first baby. She just looked back at pictures, and she looked like a kid.
She did. She looked like she was about 12 years old. She was 18.
She was 19 when the baby.
Right.
Yeah.
I remember somebody, I won't go into detail because I'm going to be nice today, but somebody said something about it, and I'm thinking, you wait till she turns 40. You're going to wish you looked like her.
Yeah. Well, Carla's always hit her age pretty good.
She's always looked really young for her age. Yeah. I used to years ago.
Yeah, me too.
Up until I started getting older. Yeah. Anyway. Well, we've enjoyed visiting with y'all this morning. We have. And we hope that y'all have enjoyed visiting with us. We hope that y'all will continue to share our page. We're coming up on our 2nd anniversary. And
we're going to do something special for our anniversary. We hadn't decided yet what.
But we're going to have some things going on all during the month of July, right?
We're just going to do all kind of surprises,
random stuff. And we have people that have been watching us since our first video.
Yes.
And
I can name a few. I can't name them all, but I can name a few of them.
And it's so amazing to me that that people really enjoy just us sitting around talking, and it reminds me, when I think about this, I think about Mama, and I think about how in awe she would be.
Wouldn't she would enjoy
first of all,
much.
that we are, our voices and what we're saying, and a lot of it is what she has said with her book and everything, is going out to people all over the world. Yeah. You know, it would just be overwhelming to her. I don't even know if she could even... I wish
we could film Aunt Laverne and Aunt Faye sometime. That's our two aunts, Mama's two sisters.
That would be nice to do in July, Mary.
Yes. I'd love
we need a microphone on them.
Yes.
Because, their voices aren't loud like mine is. So we would want to have microphones.
And Aunt Laverne has got a memory like Linda. She remembers. She don't remember as well, but she still remembers a lot. She can tell some stories too.
And Aunt Faye, I'm telling you,
Faye makes the best.
She, we stopped by to see them both. Yeah. We've actually got to see them a couple of times this year because we went to see them when we were there at Ladies Conference, and then also when we went to Puerto Rico on our way to Houston, we stopped to visit with them and really enjoyed it. But Aunt Faye can make a box of brownies, a box of brownie mix tastes like $1 million. That was the best brownie I think I ever put in my mouth.
And Linda, she does the same thing with cornbread. She buys those little knit, what do you call
Jiffy?
it? No, it's not Jiffy. It's a other brand. It's
Okay.
Knit Bits or I can't. Anyway, it's a little package of cornbread. I asked her one time, Aunt Laverne, because we had eaten some soup and cornbread. I said, Aunt Faye, how did you make this cornbread? And she told me, she said, it's a package mix. Well, I know that she does something besides just the package mix. And she said, well, I did add a little bit of this, a little bit of that. And I said, yeah, I knew because it was the best cornbread.
She is just a fabulous
She's a good cook.
She has been. I remember growing up when we were at Molly's on a Saturday or on a holiday, and they would fix a spread. I mean, for that time of in our lives, for that time of that decade, Ma's Kitchen was fairly big.
Yeah, it was, but you go back and look at it now, and it's not.
But it's, I mean, there's $500,000 houses that the kitchen is not any bigger than her kitchen is, than that kitchen is right now. Yeah. And of course, when you're a kid, everything looks bigger.
Yeah, it looked like a big one.
That kitchen was full of just about every kind of dessert you could think of.
She had one of these long, what do you call them, 8-foot freezers, 7-foot, whatever. It's a huge one all the way across one end of the kitchen.
Yes.
And that's what we put desserts on.
And it was, Aunt Faye would make fruit salad. She made fruit salad. Now, she made a lot of other stuff, too. But she would make fruit salad, and she peeled. Y'all think I'm particular? Yeah. She peeled the grapes.
Yes,
and she still does that today. Yeah. She peels the grapes.
Yeah,
she's very,
awesome
very
cook.
particular. Yeah, she is an excellent cook.
Yeah.
Aunt Elsie was an excellent cook. Aunt Laverne is an excellent cook. Now, they wasn't as particular as Aunt Faye was.
Aunt Lucy, my daddy's brother's wife, and she's still living, and she's in a nursing home. She's in her 90s.
Yeah,
she is an excellent cook. She makes the best rice pudding.
Yeah, she's from Louisiana.
Yeah, she's from Louisiana. She makes the best rice pudding. I've never been able to make a rice pudding that I liked as much as Aunt Lucy's.
Was a very good cook.
Yeah.
Mama was an excellent cook. But Mama didn't mess around. She didn't mess around in the kitchen. She didn't mess around about nothing she done. She knew what she
just put it together and got it on the table. That's what
she got it done. And Ma Lee was an excellent cook, and she was also very particular. Mm-hmm. Her mother, Grandma Hooper, which the Hooper reunion is Saturday.
I know.
And she was an excellent cook.
Yeah.
And mostly what I remember about Grandma Hooper's is their desserts, especially during holiday time. Yeah. Just about every kind of pie that you could think of, they made.
Yeah.
And didn't they make their own mincemeat?
I think they did, Linda.
I don't mean out of an open jar or box. They literally made their own mincemeat.
Yeah, I think they did too.
They had their own orchard in the backyard. And I remember that very well as a little girl, their orchard. Do you?
Yeah, I do. I sure do. It's right there close to the house, right behind
just right out the back door. Yeah. And I was in the 7th grade when Grandma Hooper died. Well, that's when we were in Sharina. Mm-hmm. And when Daddy was renting that little house off of 21. Mm-hmm. And when Grandpa Hooper, did he die like 2 or 3 years earlier, or
he died? Yeah, he died before she did.
I was in grammar school when he died.
Yeah. I don't remember the funeral. Now I take that back. I remember going to the funeral, but I don't remember real details. I remember he had the long beard.
Yeah,
you know,
he always had a long beard.
Yeah. And sitting out on the front porch. But I just don't have a lot of specific memories other than just glimpses, of knowing him. So, but anyway, and we do have some new followers, and for our new followers, I'd like to say that we are sisters.
Yes.
We're not twins, but we are sisters. Somebody texted me, Linda, and she said that there was a comment on there yesterday that says they're not sisters. And I said,
You might need your eyes checked.
I said, well, I told this person, I said, don't worry about it, because if they don't believe we're sisters, they haven't looked at any of our pictures. They're not keeping up with us,
No.
because our whole family's together from childhood up,
Yeah.
from time to time. So anyway, we are sisters, and they're 17 months apart from between us, and we love to visit. This is the first time I've been here nearly a month.
It is. It has.
And
been a
I
month.
was excited about getting here this morning.
What do you think about the yard?
It looks nice. You've done a lot of work on it. Well, I got a lot of work to do at my
leaves
house.
up from the bushes and on the side of the fence.
Yeah, it looks nice, Linda. Sure does. I'm gonna get me 2 goats.
That's something I gotta see.
Me too, because I'm not.
Mary is not a big animal person.
I'm not.
And I'm going to tell you a little secret. I'm scared of goats.
Yeah, well, Shelley, she's an animal lover, but I don't know. I don't know if it's going to work or not. I just don't know. I may be calling somebody to come get them goats.
It's going to be funny. About the time they break out of whatever fence you got them in and they destroy your flowers, you're going to be calling Shelley.
That's the first thing Chuck says, Mom, they'll eat your flowers. And I said, not if they're chained, got a fence or something. And anyway, it's just, I'll keep y'all posted. I don't know how that's going to work out.
Lord, it's just funny for me to think about, because Mary's not even a dog person. She never has been.
And Chuck has even said, Mother, I want to get me some goats. And I said, not around here, you're not. Because I don't know. I think goats stink, don't they?
Well, any animals go to stink to
some extent. I won't have them long. I'll have them long enough to clean my property up, and then Shelley done told me she'd come back and get them, and then she'd butcher them and put the meat in the freezer. Anyway, we'll let y'all know. I don't know how that's going to turn out.
Well, we thank y'all for watching us. One other thing, if you don't know it, for those that don't know, both of us are Pampered Chef Consultants. We both have our own Facebook page. We have our own party links up. We do use a lot of Pampered Chef products. We always have a link posted if any of you are interested or need something. But we also want to tell you about our website, and then we'll get off here. It's www.pinkymoskitchen.com. We do provide a service to anyone that wants the printed recipes that we use. To become a member, it's $5.99 a month plus whatever taxes in your area. Cancel at any time. And then our products, books, our cookbook, Mama's book, and our aprons are on there. So, and also the links to our social media pages. When you go to PinkyMomsKitchen.com, if you'll scroll down, you'll see the Facebook, the YouTube, and the Instagram links. And if you click on the Facebook, it will take you to the page that we're on now.
Take you to the correct page. Yes.
So, thank you again for watching this page, which is the correct page. Right. And if you share, make sure that you share this page and not one that just pops up.
If it has fans, at the little square fans, FANS at the top of the page, and then Pinky Moss Cakes, Cookies, and Candy, that's the wrong site.
It's not. It's our videos, but it's not authorized.
It's our videos, but it is somebody else's that's putting our videos on their site.
And if you have to join a group on Facebook
that
has our picture, those are not authorized, and you are not doing us any favors by watching our videos on them. And I know Mary doesn't like for me to say that, but we work very hard for what we do. And Mom always said a person that would lie would cheat and steal, and that's exactly how I look at it. Anyway, I better shut up.
We love y'all, and we appreciate y'all following us and everything you do for us on our Pampered Chef, and watching our videos and being so faithful and kind. We appreciate your comments. We appreciate the stars. We very seldom say anything about the stars. It's it's just all them little things that y'all do for us. We appreciate it. We thank you so much.
And one last thing, and we are going to get off, but the little lady that sent the hairspray in the envelope for my birthday, she resent that and had
She
Walmart
did.
to send it.
Oh.
And I got a box yesterday that had 2 cans of the hairspray that I use that she sent me for my birthday. And thank you so much. That was so very sweet.
That was sweet.
We love y'all.
Yes.
Get in the kitchen and make some whoopie pies.
Bye. Don't forget to count your blessings.
Bye-bye.